we're going to take a closer look at the foods that can both help with fasting and those which are less helpful and you might like to try and avoid during the month of Ramadan. In this session, my aim is to give you healthy tips to help you have a nutritionally balanced and healthy month. The advice I'm going to give you is general advice, and if you have a specific dietary requirement, then please stick to that during the month of Ramadan. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. So here are some helpful tips to get you started. Fasting over Ramadan can improve your health, but if you do not make careful choices, then your health could worsen. Try not to overeat during the hours of darkness. If you can eat a balanced meal at Iftar and Suhour, you'll be able to stay healthy and active during Ramadan. Do try and keep your diet simple and not too different from your normal diet. Now is really not the time to change things too drastically. And lastly, from a nutritional point of view, try to eat foods from all the major food groups. Here is a reminder of the Eat Well guide. What this slide does well is to demonstrate all the major food groups. By eating something from each of these groups, you'll make sure that you're nourishing your body properly and getting all the essential vitamins and minerals that you require. There are 3 main groups of food that you might like to make sure that you consume on a daily basis to help avoid malnutrition or digestive comfort during Ramadan. The first of these are complex carbohydrates. These are things like wholemeal flour and grains and seeds. Barley, wheat and oats are also good examples. Legumes like beans and lentils are also really good examples of foods to consume. All of these foods are fulfilling and are slow to digest, which will help to keep you full during the hours of your fast. The next group I'm going to talk about is those that are rich in fibre. Fibre is really important for 2 main reasons. The first of these is that fibre is digested relatively slowly by the body and so will help you to have the sense of satiety. By including fibre in your diet, you'll be less inclined to overeat at iftar. The other reason is that as you are changing your eating patterns, by including fibre, it will help to keep your gut functioning healthily and properly. A healthy gut is important for a healthy immune system. Some excellent examples of fibre are dried fruits, unpeeled vegetables, green leafy vegetables, and bran. If you do choose to add more fibre into your diet, then it is also really important to have plenty of liquids. Either way, keeping hydrated is really important. As you can only drink fluids at night, you might also like to consider getting the water from foods that you eat and drink. Water-rich fruit and vegetables include most salad vegetables and fruits such as watermelon. Soups and smoothies are excellent ways to consume many of the nutrients that you need and are also gentle on your stomach, so will not cause you too much digestive discomfort. So now let's look at some practical examples. Nuts, dried fruits and fruit juices are a good way to break your fast. They will give you all the instant hydration and burst of energy that your body needs. Some of the traditional foods that are mentioned in the Holy Scriptures include lamb, oats and milk. These are excellent examples of foods that will sustain you during your fast. They are slow to digest and are therefore slow to release their energy. They will keep you feeling fuller for longer. Some healthy and more modern twists that you might like to consider involves taking traditional foods and dishes and preparing them in a healthier way. For example, you could try using seasoning and spices with your yogurt on potatoes and either baking or gently frying samosas rather than deep frying them. And what about boiling rather than frying dumplings? Here are a selection of other foods that you might like to incorporate into your iftar meal. A salad with chickpeas will give you plenty of fibre, as well as vital vitamins and nutrients, and liquid from the salad vegetables. How about an aubergine stuffed with meat or vegetables? It can be prepared in advance and is a perfect source of slow-release energy. Baked rather than fried chicken is also a very good, healthy option. When it comes to pudding, you might like to consider choosing the milk or fruit-based options rather than the refined sugar and deep-fried options. Milk and yogurt is hugely important for your overall health, and by choosing these rather than deep-fried donut-type foods, you will feel much healthier and be benefiting and supporting your health. Now let's move on and look at some of the foods that you might want to try and avoid during this month of Ramadan. The first group is the deep-fried foods. On an empty stomach, these can cause digestive discomfort and other problems such as constipation. They are also very calorie dense, but will leave you feeling hungry a short time after your meal. Perhaps you could try baked alternatives, or foods that are just lightly fried rather than deep fried. The next group of foods are those that are high in sugar. High sugar foods and drinks will cause a huge spike in your blood sugar levels, and as they are rapidly digested, they will leave you feeling hungry very shortly after you've eaten them. They also provide you with lots of calories, but not a lot else, so they could lead to weight gain. The last group of foods to mention are drinks containing caffeine. The main reason to perhaps avoid caffeine is because it can act as a diuretic, which means causing water loss, and so it can leave you feeling dehydrated. I'll talk more about this next week, but your best way to stay hydrated is by drinking water infusions, or fruit and vegetable juices. If you can, try and avoid sugary canned drinks, as these will not really help with hydration, but just give you plenty of unwanted calories. Many of the foods that are mentioned in the holy texts correspond to modern guidelines on a healthy diet. Foods such as fruit and vegetables, olives, onions, cucumber, figs, dates, grapes, and lentils are all mentioned. If you do just take one thing away from this session today, then please let it be this. Eating normally and not feasting every day will ensure you have a successful and healthy month of Ramadan.
Thank you for watching the session today, ladies. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you have found it informative and helpful. Please do let me know by sharing your thoughts either on the WhatsApp group or in the comments below. Until next week, take care and goodbye.